Alright, Shalom Akim. I just want to do a quick lesson because I've heard this madness, for a while now. And, it's all dealing with that virgin birth thing, that virgin birth bullshit. That they trying to say that Mary never had sex with Joseph and all that BS. And this is one of the main scriptures they try to use. And the main dickheads that's doing that is truth after knowledge clowns. They're the main ones that bring this out. These guys are watching their bullshit and running with that crap. So I just want to do a quick video just to show you what is meant, by this scripture here that they try to use. Now this is the book of Jeremiah 22 and 8 and 28 down to the 30th verse. It says, "Is this man Coniah," which is a shortened form of the word Jeconiah, or the name Jeconiah. So it says, "Is this man Coniah a despised broken idol? Is he a vessel wherein is no pleasure? Wherefore are they cast out, he and his seed, and are cast into a land which they know not." Alright, so that's basically when you read the history, when Jeconiah ruled, he only ruled about 3 months, and Nebuchadnezzar came in and took him and his whole family and everybody that they had into captivity, into even his seed and all that. So right here it's telling you that the man had seed, he had children. It says so they all went into captivity into the land of Babylon. And his uncle Zedekiah took over, which he was set up as a puppet, underneath Nebuchadnezzar. Alright, so it says, O earth, earth, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, write ye this man childless. Now it's saying here, write ye this man childless. So right away they'll look at this and they say, well, you know what? That means that he don't have any children. So that means that that line that came from King David all the way through Yahushua, through Joseph, that line can't exist because they said this man is written childless. So it only makes sense that Mary is the mother of the Lord, that she had a virgin birth. So that's why we tell you these guys don't have a clue of what the scriptures are speaking about. So it says, "Thus saith the Lord, write ye this man childless, a man that shall not prosper in his days, for no man of his seed shall prosper, sitting upon the throne of David and ruling any more in Judah." Alright, so we're going to come back to this scripture, but I want to hit this point here real quick before we move on. Now the word childless here, when you go to the Hebrew word for childless, where is it? It's right here. Alright, it's ira yarya. I already got it here, because the computer sometimes runs slow, so I already got it set up. Ira yarya, right? So now this is Strong's concordance. It says stripped, childless, bare of children. Alright, so basically it doesn't necessarily mean somebody that doesn't have children, although it could apply to that. As you see down here, it says solitary, desolate, hence void of offspring. Now if you don't know any better, you think that that's talking about that he never had any children. Now let's show you how stupid these guys are, and show you that they don't do any research. It says here, just bear with me 1 second. Alright, it says here, this is First Chronicles, the 3rd chapter and the 15th verse. Now did Jeconiah have children? Well, let's find out. First Chronicles 3 and 15. "And the sons of Josiah were the firstborn Jehonan, the second Jehoiakim, the third Zedekiah, the fourth Shalom." He had 4 children, Josiah. "And the sons of Jehoiakim, Jeconiah his son, Zedekiah his son." So Jehoiakim, which was the son of Josiah, he had 2 sons. One of his sons' name was Jeconiah. Alright, it says, "And the sons of Jeconiah." Now wait a minute, I thought over here it said, write ye this man childless. Right? Didn't it say, write ye this man childless? But wait a minute, over here it says, "And the sons of Jeconiah, Asir, Shealtiel his son," which Shealtiel, which is another way of saying this, Shealtiel was a father of Zerubbabel, which Jeconiah was the grandfather of Zerubbabel. So how in the hell can Jeconiah be the grandfather of Zerubbabel if he didn't have any sons? Just to show you how stupid these guys are. It says, "And the sons of Jeconiah, Asir, Shealtiel his son, Malchiram also, and Pedaiah, and Shenazar, Jechemiah, Hoshama, and Nadabiah." So Jeconiah had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sons. So why did it say over here, write ye this man childless? Well, we're going to find out. That's to show you that these guys don't study. All right, so now this is his lineage here in First Chronicles to show you that he had 8 sons, right? Now when you go to the book of Matthew 1 and 11, it says, and Josiah begat Jeconiah and his brethren about the time when they were carried away to Babylon. And after they were brought to Babylon, Jeconiah begat Salathiel, and Salathiel begat Zerubbabel. See? So Shealtiel, which is another way of saying it, that was Zerubbabel's father. So Zerubbabel was Jeconiah's grandson. So how could he be his grandson if he didn't have any offspring? That's a lie, brothers. It's a lie. And now what happened was, this is what happened. When Jeconiah sat on the throne and ruled only 3 months, when the Lord caused Nebuchadnezzar to take him out of that seat, what happened? His uncle Zedekiah ruled in his stead, and after that Zedekiah was his eyes were plucked out, and his sons were killed. So after Jeconiah, none of his sons reigned on the throne, because after that the last king of Israel was Zedekiah. The last king of Judah was Zedekiah. And that's why it said, write this man childless, because of the fact that none of his sons sat on the throne. It didn't mean that he didn't have children. This is 2 Kings 24:13-15. And he carried out thence all the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king's house, and cut in pieces all the vessels of gold which Solomon king of Israel had made in the temple of the Lord, as the Lord had said. This is dealing with Nebuchadnezzar. And he carried away all Jerusalem, and all the princes and the mighty men of valor, even 10,000 captives, and the craftsmen and smiths, none remained save the poorest sort of the people of the land. And he carried away Jehoiachin to Babylon. Now Jehoiachin, I'm going to come back to that. When you look at the word here, Jehoiachin is Yahweh Yakayan. Okay? Now to show you that this is dealing with Jeconiah, it's not a different king. Yahweh Yakayan, right? Same word. Jehoiakim, Yahweh establishes. King of Judah, son of Jehoiakim. This was the son of Josiah. And the next to last king of Judah before the Babylonian captivity. Kingship lasted for 3 months and 10 days before he surrendered to Nebuchadnezzar, who took him to Babylon and imprisoned him for 36 years when he was finally released. So Jehoiakim was a son of Josiah, all right, and Jeconiah was a son of Jehoiakim. So that's who this guy is, Jehoiachin, all right. I just wanted to go there just to show you that. So it says, and he carried away Jehoiachin to Babylon, to show you it's not a talking about a different person. And the king's mother, and the king's wife, and his officers, and the mighty of the land, those carried he into captivity from Jerusalem to Babylon, right? And all the men of might, even 7,000, and craftsmen and smiths 1,000, all that were strong and apt for war, even them the king of Babylon brought captive to Babylon. And the king of Babylon made Mattaniah his father's brother. So Mattaniah was whose father's brother? Jeconiah's father's brother. Okay, king in his stead, and changed his name to Zedekiah. So Mattaniah was another name for, well, was the real name of Zedekiah. That was a name that was given to him by Nebuchadnezzar. But it says here that Mattaniah, which is Zedekiah, his father's brother. Whose father's brother? Talking about Jehoiachin, which is Jeconiah. Alright? So his father's brother, which would make his uncle, was the one that reigned in his stead. So that means that none of Jeconiah's children sat on the throne of their father, which by right that they were supposed to go in succession. But his uncle sat on the throne, and then his uncle was taken down, and that was the end of the reign of Judah. That's why it says here in Jeremiah 22:28, is this man Coniah a despised broken idol? Is he a vessel wherein is no pleasure? Wherefore are they cast out, he and his seed, and are cast into a land which they know not? O earth, 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 hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, write ye this man childless. We know he wasn't childless, he had children. A man that shall not prosper in his days. Why? Because he sat on the throne for what, 3 months, and was taken captive to Babylon. For no man of his seed shall prosper. Why? Because none of his sons sat on the throne. sitting upon the throne of David and ruling anymore in Judah. That's what that means, brothers. Doesn't mean that he didn't have children and that he didn't have a lineage. The lineage continued through him. It went through him. It went to his son Shealtiel, which had Zerubbabel, and on down the line all the way to Joseph and to Yahushai. Okay, and if I'm gonna see if this will allow me to bring up one quick scripture before I close, because this okay, good, it's moving. All right, it's Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach, Yahushai. Okay, so you brothers beware of these demons out there that's trying to teach that madness. That's it's a wave going around. They're trying to teach that madness, that virgin birth garbage that the Roman Catholic Church paid these guys off. These guys, they're paid off by the Roman Catholic Church. All right. So with that, I'm going to end the lesson. I hope you brothers learned something. Until the next time, I say shalom.